Here's the big question. Where do we go from here? USC's only conference win, Week 1 against Georgia.
I think they're disappointed. I think the great thing about players is that they have an opportunity to go to practice and do something about it where other people don't. And so I think getting on the grass tonight and practicing will be good.
And how good? It remains to be seen. Many key players got beat up this past weekend.
I hate to talk about injuries because I know it sounds as an excuse. I know it's that time of year and everybody has injuries this time of year. It's part of the game. So I hate to use that as an excuse, but it's more in excess than I ever remember.
The excitement in Columbia, well, it's not here at Williams-Brice Stadium. It's across the street at the State Fair. It's been a big struggle for the Gamecocks in the Southeastern Conference, but a bowl berth is still in the back of the players' minds.
Our emotion as a team, when we're up and we know what we have to do, we have to go out here and win 3 out of the next 4, if not all, to go to a bowl game.
We have to win this week. That's all we can concentrate on. We can't look down the road, but unless we beat Vanderbilt, there's not going to be a chance of it. So we have to focus on this week and come up with a big win.
A big loss means no postseason for the Gamecocks. In Columbia, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. Teams have lined up all year to try and beat the Red Foxes. None have been successful. In fact, each week, Hartsville seems to pick it up a notch.
We set one of our goals each year to improve every week and improve every time we take the field. And hopefully our players will maintain focus and concentrate on Conway.
Yes, the Tigers are next, a team that had won 3 in a row earlier in the season. Getting back to that form is what it will take against the Red Foxes.
We need to hang on to the football and keep it, not go 3 and out. And secondly, I think we're going to have to create some opportunities for ourselves defensively.
There's not much else to say about Hartsville. The Red Foxes are undefeated, just coming off a 51-0 win over Sockasty, and it appears that these guys are at the top of their game.
Well, I'm not sure we're that good yet. I want to think we're getting there, but we're not where we want to be. I think our players have worked extremely hard and improved each week, and hopefully we'll continue to do that.
You can't prepare for everything they do, but you can make sure that you're sound. And I think the key against Hartsville is try to play sound defense.
But can the Tigers keep Jacob Shoemate and the Foxes quiet? Ken Slats, 15 Sports. Saturday's game was a perfect one for the Gamecocks to use to build for the remaining 3 games. The problem? Only the defense proved anything.
Particularly pleased with our defensive play, and we worked to continue to try to build on that and be a good, solid defensive team as we move on.
Saturday's conference win was the first since way back in Week 1 against Georgia. Although the defense pitched a shutout against Vanderbilt, the offense still managed just 1 offensive touchdown.
I think if I was on defense, I'd be a little frustrated with the offense right now. When they go out and they hold them to 3 downs and out, and then we go out and then the defense does it to us, I think that our offense needs to be critical of itself.
Somebody makes a great play here, but on the same play, maybe somebody will miss an assignment or whatever. We need to get everybody doing the right things all at once, and I think that's when we'll be a great offense once we do that.
And for the Gamecocks to have any chance this Saturday, they better be at the top of their game.
We will need our best effort this week against Tennessee. I believe they're the best team that we've had to prepare for yet. It's the type of challenge that we face in the Southeastern Conference, and we'll be prepared to do the best we can.
In Columbia, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. (1990-91) Dillon football hit rock bottom. Record 1-21. In came Coach Jackie Hayes, and since day one, there's been a turnaround. Heading into Friday's game against Marlboro County, the Wildcats are 9-0.
I think that our team has meshed together and learned how to come out and play each week and get ready for each game, and our coaches also have done an outstanding job preparing for each game.
He's learned a lot, and I think he's done a great job with that team, and I know Jackie's young and enthusiastic, and he'll have his team ready to play.
It's a battle of defenses. Both are solid and experienced and getting better.
They have outstanding team speed, they play great defense, they have great coaching also. It'll be a test for our football team.
Very good on defense. I think they call themselves the Nasty Cats, and they're every bit worthy of that because they're playing like Nasty Cats. But offensively, they've got some scoring power.
A win Friday assures the Wildcats of a playoff berth. Coach Hayes won't let his team look forward to that final game against Hartsville.
We take them one game at a time. We're focused on Marlboro County right now. Our goal right now is to win number 10, is to beat Marlboro County, and we'll stay focused on that.
Ken Slats reporting, 15 Sports. Tony Duncan was highly recruited out of high school. After getting homesick in his first semester at Jacksonville, Duncan returned home and suited up for the Chanticleers.
A lot of people came down to see me that I really truly love, that has done something for me in my life, giving me some important advice.
But playing at a small school can also hurt an athlete. Duncan was overlooked in the '93 NBA draft, and at that point was frustrated.
I just decided to just let it go, because I thought and I felt like it was really worrying me and bringing me down. So I decided just to let it go and hope for the best in the CBA.
A week later, Tony was drafted 53rd in the CBA draft by the Fargo Fever. He leaves in 1 week.
This is my big opportunity to go up, make this team, and show NBA, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, all those big money market teams that I have talent.
Tony works out behind these walls at Terrells Bay High School. Although he's now on his way to Fargo, North Dakota, he's left a lot of memories here.
We were playing Hemingway, and we had a person that had gotten down to the last 5 seconds. He was supposed to take the shot. They would not allow him to take the shot. And Tony took the shot from 3 points out and won the game for us. That's probably the most outstanding thing that I can remember about it.
In Centenary, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. Top team, Cheraw. The Braves put their 9-1 record on the line against Dreer. Here's how tough Cheraw has been. Their only loss to 4A Power Hartsville. Also at home, Myrtle Beach. The Seahawks have won 5 of their last 6 games.
Sometimes little things just click and you get a little more confidence in what you're doing, and I think that's what's happened. And our young men have worked awful hard.
Myrtle Beach really has turned things around. The only region loss to Cheraw. Now the Seahawks stay home to face a team they've never played before, C.A. Johnson.
They got a lot of really good skill people, and of course they got good size too. And sometimes, you know, when you play a team from another part of the state, sometimes you don't really know what their competition's been like, you know, compared to your competition and so forth.
2 teams take to the road. The Panthers of Lake City travel to 8th-ranked Strom-Thurmond. Marion goes to Keenan, a team that has not lost at home all year. The Swamp Fox will have their hands full, but also are on a roll themselves.
We've won 3 in a row now. We've been real fortunate. We're picking up on our assignments better and probably playing better right now than we have all year. So, yeah, that's a big plus for us.
And a big plus for the region teams, 3 of the 4 enter the playoffs on a winning streak. Only Lake City looks to end its 3-game skid. The Big South's top team is back in action. As the Shawns prepare for this season, they know exactly how it feels and what it takes to be the champ.
Come out of that cardboard container and be put up on that wall until you're in the final 64.
When you win, there's no question it is. And you don't have a chance to win and win that championship if you don't work this hard. So we understand that, you know, if you don't work hard, good things aren't going to happen.
It's very much worth it. It's exciting to be in the NCAA tournament, and I think we learned a lot from the Michigan game that we can carry over into this season.
Kind of a new era at Coastal Carolina. 4-time Big South Player of the Year, Tony Duncan has graduated, but the Chanticleers do have 3 of the top 4 scorers returning.
coach and the players, you know, they're all like looking forward for me to step forward and, you know, like do what Duncan did before he left here.
He showed us how to win, so to speak, in the conference, and you know, there's us three are back, and we've got a lot of other guys back. So really, I think we're going to be fine.
With Hart, Hicks, and Acha leading the way, the Chants are the early favorites to repeat as Big South champions. In Conway, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. College football is a moneymaker. Did you know that high school football is too? This year, a playoff ticket to see your favorite prep team is now $5. After the money is split up, the school only sees around 35%.
High school league gets the first 20%. The next thing you do is you pay your officials and you pay your security costs, and then the two schools divide the rest of the money up.
So who benefits? Is it coincidence that pretty much the same teams are at the top year in and year out? In other words, does this create a so-called dynasty?
Yeah, because if you make it all the way up to the state, you know, you might bring in an extra $30,000 or $40,000 for your school. And money talks in this day and age, you know. Players that have the better equipment feel better about themselves and they play harder.
Put any pressure on a coach to win because of more money coming into the school system?
I think with the way the costs have gone up to run the athletic program, it certainly helps to be in the playoffs if you make money. And this year we're cross-bracketing, so the first round could not be quite as good possibly as in the past years.
However you look at it, plan to spend a pretty penny just for a ticket to a high school playoff game. Ken Slats, 15 Sports. At this time last year, the Gamecocks had the same 4-5 record they have now. The difference this season, USC has lost 4 of its last 6 heading into Saturday's game against Florida. It's time to start talking job stability.
I feel pressure on our football team making improvement. I want our football team to get back to where it's making improvement. I hope this week will help us a great deal in determining that.
At the beginning of the season, you know, we wanted to improve from last year. I think we would have if we go to a bowl game. So I think it would, you know, it'd be great for the team and the university and for Coach Woods if we would just win 2 games and get to that bowl.
But for the Gamecocks to get to that bowl game, step 1, beat Florida on Saturday.
Rather than focus on the outcome of the game, I think what I'd like to take our team and do and focus on the performance of our team.
The major concerns this season have been mostly on offense. South Carolina just unable to score. Well, in order to beat the Gators, the Gamecocks are going to have to put a lot of points on the board.
You know, I don't know what the problem is. Like I said every time, I can't, you know, from watching it, it just seems that we need more big plays out of people, myself included, when it gets down close. You know, someone make a big play, and I think that's what's holding us back once we get down there.
Should they not score, that means another loss, and the talk of job stability really heats up. In Columbia, Ken Slats, 15 Sports. Best news of the day, ESPN will again televise the Big South Championship game. The winner receives an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament, and Russ Bergman's Chants are the preseason favorite to win it all.
I don't think the team feels any more pressure this year than they do last year. I think the best thing about it is they feel that they can do it this year. Last year they wondered could they do it or not, and this year they know they can.
Mohamed Acha, Kiki Hicks, they are both very talented, and they both have big game experience. They've been to the NCAA tournament. They've experienced success, so I think that carries over tremendously.
No better feeling than going to the big dance, but because of the small conference standing, only one team goes. The Big South is trying hard to change that.
I think the league has definitely improved top to bottom, and I also think the top has improved. So, you know, this year with Coastal Carolina and Towson State and UMBC, there's no question that's 3 very good teams.
Even though we have the automatic bid, we have an opportunity for an at-large bid also.
So we're hoping not only to shoot for that automatic bid each year, but we're hoping one of these days that we might get that second team in the tournament.
Once again, the Big South Tournament will be held here at the North Charleston Coliseum. It's beautiful, brand new facilities like this one that helps the Big South grow.
I see a lot of things happening in the Big South Conference, just the tournament being hosted at the Charleston Coliseum and the promotions, and Coastal Carolina being very representative against Michigan, the NCAA.
Reporting from Charleston, Ken Slats, 15 Sports.